Так, кто? Тихо, не лагать. Горгон. Беда на Горгоне. DLC. Ну почему автоматон уже вон ходит? Крипт. Гробница. Вполне возможно, так оно и есть. Записи. Так. Чё? В Амброуз. Войти. Амброуз. Смотри. В Амброуз. О Амброуз. Амброуз. О Амброуз. Да, мне же ключи есть от кухни. Так. Смотри. Так, можно, кстати, звук общий, да? Да. Так, она... Что такое? Посмотрел сюда минимум из 25-го, но так как я уже 36-й, тут, думаю, нормально будет. Насчет побочных квестов. Не знаю, буду ли. Это кодовая? Что такое? Чё ты орешь? Что ты орать? Прям по духу, а? Ключ-карта. Это что такое? А что с этим делать, интересно? Награда за... Я в гуси приехал. А, не, подожди, я не в гуси приехал. Я ковать пока не буду. Так, это закрытое помещение. Взгляд на Горгон. Я так понимаю. Терминал. А кто такая Мини? Подожди, я не понимаю. Там была же Вильгельм... А, Мина. Понятно. Вильгельмина — это Мина. Короче, Мина стала не тем, кем она хотела. Понятно. Был ребенок, же ребенок. Так, ладно. Это я на... О, смотри, сломанное что-то. Хм. Заброшенный, кстати, стол. Это зарядка, да? Так. Они просто специально... Кстати, уборщик мог бы подмести полы хотя бы. Спальня. Пустая. Нет, детская, детская, детская. Любимая мама и папа. Я слишком долго ходила по этой золотой клетке. Поскольку вы не разрешаете мне участвовать в семейном деле, я хочу, чтобы начать свое. Я слишком молода для подобного. Возможно, но нужно быть готовым к такому, если вы создаете дочь по своему подобию. Византия примет меня с распростертыми объятиями. Это ведь будут совершенно новые ощущения. А, там было сказано, что отказали руководить. Шкатулка. Спать. Нет, на таком спать не хочется. Так. Пока нет. Подождите. Угу. Ну, типа кабинет. Это я здесь вышел. Ага. Бессером. А тут вот, кстати, нормально. Ну, то есть там запущение. А здесь видно, что кто-то живет. Пистолет называется «Назначение врача». 255. 776. Кстати, я куда-то вкинул. Куда я вкинул? Ну я сюда вкинул уже, точно. В принципе, сюда вот выгодно вкидывать. Вот сюда вот. Ну, тут надо... Ну, это не надо. Это верстак. Вот 150, да, классно? Ну, блин. Тогда бы я бы вот это не сделал. Тут, в принципе, я так понимаю, да, с учетом DLC, скорее всего, можно сделать максимум 3 150. Если вот надо вкинуть. Это для пистолета. Так, давай.
Dear Wilhelmina, I hope this letter finds you well. No, it's too stilted. It sounds like I'm writing to request a loan. Dearest Wilhelmina, I regret to tell you... Law, no, that's worse. When have I ever called her dearest? She's my daughter. This should be easy. How can a mother not know how to talk to her own daughter? My love, I can no longer... For your safety, I must... Oh, hell. Even if she despises me for what I had to do, I should still be able to say goodbye. Minnie, I have to leave, and I don't intend to come back. I love you. I'm so sorry.
Это что за фиг? Могу? Да? Все нормально? Я уже думаю, сейчас что-нибудь бахнет. А, тут запущение. Смотри. Так, ты там пока стой. Ты кто? А. Это выросшая дочь, да, Вильгельма? Точно, точно, точно. Он же говорил, что она вступила в наследство. А ты перевеси...
So who the devil are you? You don't say. Well, make yourself at home, Captain. I'm sure we have much to discuss. Do you see that glowing chunk of space rock? That's Gorgon. My birthright, my burden, and the bane of my existence. I hate to drink alone, and this is my third. So join me in raising a glass. To Gorgon. To Gorgon. May cosmic winds shepherd her to the nearest star. I'm Wilhelmina Ambrose, but you can keep it short and call me Minnie. Now, what brings you to my house, handsome? I take it you didn't come all this way for the beverages, the starry skies, or the pleasant company. A severed arm. How positively ghoulish. You know this is a private residence, not a curio shop? Lucky Montoya is my personal freelancer. Fascinating man. Very brooding and theatrical. Always staring into space and twirling a bullet over his knuckles.
The more lost we feel, the more we put on a show for others.
But if something happened to him... Oh dear. I suppose that makes him my former freelancer now? You suspect foul play? Interesting. If we're being honest, I haven't given it much thought. What a time for his luck to run out. We were in the middle of something grand, and I really can't afford another setback. Funny that you should bring that up. How would you like to be my new freelancer? There's been a recent vacancy, and I think you're well suited to the job.
You offer work to everyone who breaks into your home? Must be some kind of Byzantine tradition I ain't know about.
I don't believe you thought this through. Or much else, for that matter.
I'm looking for someone rough around the edges. A gorgeous, dashing scoundrel type. Incidentally, someone good with their hands. My mother, Dr. Olivia Ambrose, worked for Spacer's Choice at the Gorgon Research Facility. She was brilliant, the top scientist in her field, until tragedy struck. One day, Spacer's Choice shut down all research and evacuated Gorgon. Everyone had to scramble or risk getting left behind. It was chaos. Employees fled for their lives. Mother never made it home. I'm told she wasn't the only casualty that fateful day.
It must have been real hard on you, losing your mother all of a sudden like that. I'm sorry to hear it, ma'am.
Thank you. Ambrose ladies are supposed to be resilient to the unexpected, but this was especially hard on me. Mother's name has since been dragged through the mud. Spacer's Choice blames her for the collapse of Project Gorgon, and I just know they're lying. Why, indeed? To cover up their crimes? To discredit someone who knew too much? I'm hoping you can find out for me. Mother would not have allowed Project Gorgon to fail. Something happened on that asteroid, and my family took the fall for it. The truth. Mother is gone, Gorgon is silent, and I deserve answers. That will depend on what we learn. The scope of this cover-up is enormous. Whatever Spacer's Choice is hiding could bring ruin down on their heads. Or it could just be another dead end. We won't know till we look, will we? I don't know. And Spacer's Choice won't say. They don't discuss anything that tarnishes their brand. Gorgon has a dark history. The project fell apart. Personnel were shuffled across the system. With Mother gone, now I'm all that's left. No doubt someone is out there who could talk. Someone involved in Mother's research. Someone paid for their discretion. Then again, why pay for silence when you can buy it for the low, low cost of a bullet? That's the Spacer's Choice way. The asteroid may look like a glittering jewel, but I assure you the resemblance ends there. Gorgon is poisonous to the core. One might even say cursed. We start where all of this began. With Mother. Whatever happened on Gorgon wasn't Mother's fault. I simply need the evidence to prove it. We're going to drag the truth kicking and screaming into the light. Even if it means bringing ruin and humiliation to Spacer's Choice. All the evidence I need should be in Mother's journal. You can find it in her office on Gorgon, in the heart of the old research facility.
А не используешь ли ты это для того, чтобы свалить руководство просто космоса, либо шантажировать его, чтобы поиметь больше денег? Ты же убежала из дома.
By all means, go and see what you're up against. I'm certain Mother's journal won't go far.
You'd think that, wouldn't you? Journals can have a way of eluding those searching for them.
When you reach Gorgon, pack a weapon you trust. The corporate lockdown hasn't stopped the wilderness from squirming in through the cracks. I've never understood why, but Gorgon is teeming with marauders. They almost seem drawn to sorrow and misfortune. Then there's the test subjects, those who survived anyway. Ravenous creatures left behind like so much salvage. I told him everything I've told you. Just the facts. Maybe a couple of harmless embellishments. Why? There's a little saloon near Gorgon's landing pad, the Sprat Shack. Lucky was renting a room, so if you want to follow his trail, that would be the place to start.
Oh, you think maybe they got a little mascot? Like a sprat in a tiny hat?
Just so we understand each other, money is no object. I'm willing to squander the family fortune if you get me what I want. Between your payment and any salvage you happen across, you'll walk away from this rich enough to buy a mansion of your own. How does that sound? A consummate professional. That shouldn't be a problem. Here's your nav key, Captain. Safe travels. A word of advice before you go, Captain. Trust no one. Mother's office is in the heart of the Gorgon facility. You're free to salvage anything that isn't nailed down. I only want what's mine.
Mysterious heiress, unexpected gainful employment. It's like something out of a detective serial.
Don't worry about us. We're well versed in helping ourselves to anything that's not nailed down.
Викарий прав. Короче, она тут одна, я так понимаю, одна осталась из семьи и бухает. За Эридан? Сколько я получил за Эридан? 30-ку? Особняк на это купить надо. Нахрен мне ваш особняк, когда у меня есть корабль? Ну.
We are now in orbit above Gorgon. To return in one piece, Captain.
Пурпурный лабиринт тут находится? А он что, здоровый, что ли, Горгон? Так, раз, два, три, четыре, пять, шесть, семь, восемь. Ну, по идее, 8 объектов.
Look at those stars. Don't it make you feel small in the best way?
Тоже все заброшенное. Платформа сломана. Так, взлом. Хорошо. Чтоб не рало. Так, а я там спрыгнуть могу? Да. А, ты торгаш? Подожди. Я так понимаю, это его, наверное? Было. Так, что тут 636. Тяжелое оружие ожог. Но мне получше пока еще. 703. Угу. Оружие неплохо. Так. Это куда-то ведет, пока не пойдем. Так все. Ну, он обидится, если я украду правильно. Так, это щит? Очень похоже. Так, дорога идет туда. Так, ну-ка, ну-ка. Смотрим. А, и все, да? Тут еще возможно, да? Может быть. Хорошо. Очень похоже на барьер.
Keep an eye out, Captain. This place don't look entirely safe.
Так, не, мы сначала правую часть вот эту. Правильно? Так, что у тебя есть? А,
Is that what my thoughts sound like? Law, I've been standing near that alarm too long. You looking for supply, stranger? Let's stock up here. If you run low on bullets out in Gorgon's far reaches, there ain't no one round here liable to help you out. Let me know if you're looking for something particular. Huh? Oh, you don't gotta worry about that. Something to do with that scrap project Gorgon from years back. Thanks for turning it off, by the way. I'd have lost my mind if the damn thing had gone on much longer. We tried. Couldn't persuade the control terminal to listen. No one round here is particularly mechanically inclined, and no one was gonna shut it down by force. That's for sure. I know, because even Von Hoffman couldn't bash it in. And I seen that tough son of a gun throw a man clean across the Sprat Shack one time like he were a toss ball. Only that Spacer's Choice shut it down in a big hurry. From what I heard, some of their folks got left behind even. Don't seem like the project ended well.
понятно. Понятно, что непонятно ничего.
Found a pick.
Это что? А. Ну, я бы не сказал бы, чтобы у тебя там. Вау. А, кстати, вот дешевенькая. Цены, да, цены у него приятненькие. Так, ладно. Туда пойдем позже, сначала пойдем сюда. Типа хаба, да, при космопорте, я так понимаю. Хорошо. Чего? Сериал? Ой, ну да. Не хочу. Прибывающие. А. И чё? Я ему энергию дал? Вот со мной драться? Что это у него такое?
This unit reminds you that death is a prison without doors.
А-а-а. Нихрена себе по одному биту. Так, ну я надеюсь, там кто-то остался. По идее, кто-то остался. Да, да, да.
Come here. Let's have a chat.
Да, 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 подожди.
Don't want to chat? Fine. You're on my list now, Buck.
Да я тебя сейчас грохну и все.
Oh, ugh. This place smells like Felix's birth.
All right, inspection time. Look at my eyes for as long as you can without blinking. Starting now. Good. Look up. Now look down. You're doing swell. Now, name and occupation. I could do without the sass, but that's good enough. You're cleared. That was a sanity check. If you had changed like the others, it'd be in your eyes. You'd also be drooling, cursing, and making a mess of the place. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. You can head on downstairs. Every day, salvagers and scrappers set out to comb the ruins and make their fortune. The ones who come back, they aren't always the same men or women who left. They change. Never for the better. First, they get real twitchy and paranoid, shouting at folks who aren't there. Then they smell like they soiled themselves, on account of how they soiled themselves. After that, they're gone. Nothing but animals wearing human skin. Seen it happen myself. It's never pretty. Just don't ask me to dance. Something bad happened here. Spacer's Choice was developing chemicals. The kind with nasty side effects. Marauders outnumber the rest of us 10 to 1. Either they came from Gorgon, or something draws them here. I don't know which is worse. This place is under a dark cloud, stranger. That's all I know. If you want the history of the Sprat Shack, talk to Lex behind the bar. If you're heading downstairs, order something
Это
sweet.
типа, короче, этого охранника. Передний край обороны, да? Ну, такой. Хлебковатый. А сами они ниже живут, да? М-м. Трикси.
That was my salvage, Trixie. You had no right to it then, and you've no right to it now. A disagreement between professionals. None of your business.
I risked my life sneaking around Marauders to claim that wreck. And I didn't see your name on it.
Now you've done it. Eat fist!
All right, that's enough! This is a family establishment! You want to make a mess? You make it outside!
But this was personal, Lex. It's a question of salvage. That wreck was gonna make me a fortune.
Now you two listen, this is my place. While you're in the Sprat Shack, you'll sit quietly or I'll forbid you to come here at all. Is that understood?
Fair's fair. I'll have a stout, and we'll settle this later on our own terms.
It's no good to leave a fight unresolved. If I don't do something, these two are gonna be at each other's throats.
Да мне похеру на них. Даже если это и квест я проваливаю, никак терпеть не могу. Всякие вот разборки. Ну, их разборки. Пускай разбираются. Подожди. Но у того были, блин, патроны дешевле. Угу. Туннель контрабандистов, что ли? $28 битов. Фигня. Неплохо. Что за броня? Ой, фу. Выглядит, конечно, фу. Ну, продать можно. Так. Так. Яна, чё? В бреду? Тут должна быть комната. Чувака, который, ну, нас направил.
You and me both. I don't know if you're bound for the old ruins, but in case you are, can you look into something? Looking for something out there. It is to me. My husband and I worked on Gorgon during the good times. Jerome was on maintenance duty. I cleaned out test tubes till they... That was above my pay grade, but it didn't take a genius to figure out the higher-ups were working on something big. Months after I got out, I saw the advertisements for Adrena time. I just knew. This is it, Leonora. It was all for this. Getting the hell off Gorgon. When the order came through to evacuate, non-essential personnel drew a lottery to see who would board the first wave. As soon as I wasn't looking, Jerome switched our tickets and pushed me to the front of the line. I got to leave. Jerome stayed behind. I never saw him again. A broken heart, that's what. This place is greedy. Took my Jerome, and it would have taken me too. I gave it to him the day we signed our marriage contract, and he carried it wherever he went.
Угу. Хорошо.
I don't have much, but...
Да, пофигу. Я понял. Так. Тебе надо флягу. Ворвать тут я не могу, да. Так, репутация у меня с ними есть. По идее, она у меня будет нервная. Это нервная? Так. О, смотри, нейтрально. 92, 100, нейтрально. Вот тут надо такое же сделать, чтобы у меня вот этот не это. Так, а тебе что надо?
Holy shit, a fresh face. Don't know what brought you to the most dangerous. Oh, you talked to Lex yet? She tell you to keep it. Me? Did most of my fighting with a pen back when I did it at least Lex has got the good Hey, whoa, no I was a journalist, thank you. A contributing member of our great society. Got into reporting thinking I was gonna be some sort of public intellectual. What a joke. Spent 95% of my time playing stenographer to the board, and the rest writing puff pieces on the chairman's latest beard trim. Real life and death shit. If you're going back out there, do you think you'd be willing to do an old bastard a small favor? Told you I was a journalist, right? I was here on a story back when Project Gorgon was active. But when everything fell to shit, Spacer's Choice wouldn't let me leave. Terms of my reporting contract unmet, they said. Right on the money. Look at me, I'm no fighter. I've never even touched a gun. Help me get my recordings back so... No shit? Oh, I gave an... You'll find another in the chem lab. It's in the main lab storage room. The final one is in human inquiry and auditing. It's tucked behind a pipe in observation room B.
Нахрена ты в 4 местах их? Охренеть. Ладно. Электрический роман. Я туда выше хочу, не? Ты смотри, пролез. Так, что это? Это от контрабандистов, что ли? Обалдеть. Забавно. Что за перегрев? И таких, кстати, полно, я так понимаю, вещей. О, я его разбудил, нет? Я его так увидел. А ты кто? Сорок 48-15.
If I'm not mistaken, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, that eye might be...
Не понял. Возьмите след Ваки Монтовия. Я глаз нашел, понятно. Я думаю, чё...
Have we involved ourselves in here?
Угу. Убита. Ось, Лисьен. Да я так понимаю, тут, короче, это... Главы отделов еще этими... Главы группировок. Что там находится, понятно. Угу. Забавно, забавно.
Someone's in here. Oh, law. It's coming back up again.
Пропустили одного. Плохого.
What have you got there?
Adrena.
Так, ну вроде все, да? Ну да.
Sorry about Freddy and Trixie. When they're not fighting over salvage, they're fighting over the bed sheets at night. Not by much, I'll bet. At least today they behaved themselves. Even kept their clothes on. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house. Bottoms up. Can't help you there. This ain't exactly a library. Most of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon, spend their earnings at the bar, and head back out the next day. Vicious cycle, but that's life. Lucky. Sure, I knew him. He could get a little dramatic at times, but he was a good guy. Heard he took on a dangerous job. Spent a lot of time coming and going from the Office of Creative Incubation, just down the road. The way he talked about the job, you just knew Lucky had hit pay dirt. Not that I was jealous. Around here, that sort of luck can be hazardous to your health. Awful shame about what happened to him. You really want to hear my story? Last I saw of Lucky was a few days ago. I went outside for a smoke and a stroll, and I saw this wild canid dragging a bloody limb. So I kicked the canid, scared it off. Get this, the canid was chewing on an honest-to-law human arm. I'm a bartender. Attention to detail is my middle name. I did some poking around, and this Hawthorne has a reputation. So I packaged up the arm nice and tidy and sent it care of the Halcyon parcel service. I figured Hawthorne would want to know what happened to his pal. Oh, I hate to see people go with unfinished business. Llama? As a matter of fact, he did. Collateral for the bard, and no, you can't have it. No. Maybe. All right, yes. Here. I don't know what it unlocks, but Lucky seemed to think it was important. I take him out.
Пригодится, я думаю. Так. Давай что мы тебе продадим? Ну, во-первых, продадим хлам. Я, в принципе, ими все равно, ну, блин, не пользуюсь. Ладно. Деньги наживное, деньги придут. Так, 38... А, это наверх. Так, что тут? На всякий случай ключ надо было. Руку прислала ты. Понятно. Вводите в отдел высиживания идей. А что это? Мгм.
Don't you worry, Mr. Lucky Spirit. We're gonna finish your work and put you to rest, good and proper.
Well, let's just hope we're luckier than Lucky was.
Мгм. Ну, я думаю, ну, я начну не на запись для себя. Зачисткой, да? Побочных квестов. Тут. Потом уже сюда, да? Хорошо. Ладно, продолжим в следующий раз. Как-то так.